So what you have in front of you, Ethan has in front of him, is a copy of the Freedom of Information request that I sent to get records on Dudleytown.
Right.
And then the second page that he has is the first response I got. Now, before I don't want you to read anything. I want to say I don't have a bone to pick with Cornwall, Connecticut. I'm not going to use any of the departments that I sent this to. I'm not going to use any of the people's names. Mm-hmm. But I am going to be critical because I don't like the response that I got. Now, if you look at my letter, would you say that looks professional?
Yes, it does, and that's what I'm impressed with.
Right, very impressive stuff. And then you look at the other one, which was sent from someone's phone. We won't say who,
right?
But it's the person in charge of answering me.
Okay.
And what do you think of that so far? Just a quick glance, reaction.
Very succinct and to the point, but really not a lot of information.
So my letter, I'm just going to read some of it. It's so long. Under the Freedom of Information Act, I'm requesting an opportunity to inspect or obtain copies of the following public records. Yeah. Tax payments for the Dark Entry Forest Association for the area known as Dudleytown, blah, 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 for years 2017, 18, 19. All police records for the area known as Dudleytown for the years 2017, 18, 19. All complaints, notices, and violations and associated photographs for the area known as Dudleytown, blah, blah, blah. And a copy of the most recent survey for the area known as Dudleytown. And then I put my, at the bottom, there's a bunch of stuff you don't need to know, and my contact information.
Right.
And then I got the first response yesterday. And again, I'm not going to say who it's from. And it's right out of the gate, a mistake, I think. Let me begin by telling you that Dudleytown is an area of town privately owned by the Dark Entry Forest Association. Is an area of the town privately owned by the Dark Entry Forest Association. No one is allowed on the property without permission from the association. Strike one. That's like strike 1, 2, and 3 with me, because I didn't ask for permission to go on the property.
Right.
There's no request to enter the property. And that reeks of paranoia. Do I think there are ghosts in Dudleytown? No. Do I think that there's actually anything going on there that's interesting? No. What I find interesting is that this kind of reaction that they have. And we've gotten it before in the past when we've reached out in less professional ways to try and find out if we can go. And we've heard this from other people, media people, who have tried to request information, that there's almost a paranoid knee-jerk reaction. So right away, they're giving me information I didn't ask for. I'm not asking for permission to go on the property. That's like paranoid, and it makes people more interested. Doesn't it make it feel more secretive?
Yes. What they wrote back, and I'm not going to read it, but it's like the proper way of saying, don't come near this. Don't, they didn't really give you a whole lot of information at all, but it's like, yeah, stay away. Then don't come here.
They say so-and-so is emailing you information about tax payments, which I'm sure will be nothing. The town of Cornwall does not have a police department. Cornwall is covered by the Connecticut State Police Troop B in North Canaan. You'll need to contact them for police records. I knew they didn't have a police department, so I did send a letter to the Connecticut State Police. I sent it to the wrong barracks. I will fix that today.
Okay.
Per the Cornwall First Selectman's office, there have been no complaints, notices of violation, or associated photographs for the past 10 years. I have a hard time believing that.
Yeah, I'm not buying that at all. At all.
Like,
unless we're talking about official photographs.
No, no complaints, notices of violation, or associated photographs for 10 years. You're like, I want to be careful here.
I have an objection.
Yeah. And then finally, there is no survey at all on file at the town hall for Dudleytown or the Dark Entry Forest Association.
Objection.
Now, no, I would say objection too, but the important thing in that sentence is at the town hall. Mm-hmm. It may be somewhere else. If they were saying that it didn't exist, I'd have a tough time with that one. But I know if they don't have it, I know who else to send a Freedom of Information request to.
What you're saying is they did get back to you.
Right.
But with not a whole lot of information.
Yeah, and listen, I don't care, Cornwall. I realize people want to be left alone there. Mm-hmm. It's a sleepy town. And nobody wants a bunch of teenagers trying to sneak on this property or people committing crimes or a bunch of idiots like us trying to go over there and investigate it and all that stuff. If you don't want that to happen, stop sending responses like this where you're telling me not to go on the property when I didn't ask to go on the property. Because that stinks of paranoia.
I think because we're a rock station, you identified yourself, where you were from I-95. I think maybe they just assumed that's what you were looking to do.
Well, no,
but that's just me thinking.
But you can't make that assumption. Here's an idea. You want people to leave you alone? Open it up to the media one day. Just have a media day and get it over with.
Right.
We won't even attend because I'll probably be busy.
Mm-hmm. Plus, you don't like to go anywhere.
Call the TV stations, call the radio stations, say enough is enough. We're having a media day. We're going to have guided tours with some sort of forest person. Mm-hmm. That way nobody falls and sues the town.
Yeah, don't need that.
Right? You have guided tours for the media. You take everybody in. Go, look, there's nothing to see. Here's a rock. No ghosts. Nobody's dead.
Right.
And then it's over. But don't send paranoid reactionary letters like, don't come in here. I didn't ask to go in.
Exactly.